At this point, best VPN is what every single VPN on the planet calls itself. While half of those claims can be thrown out the window through rigorous testing, I found out which best VPN 2024 picks actually deliver on this promise. But pay attention, they're all fit for different types of users, with their own set of pros and cons. Let's start this best VPN review with a very popular choice, NordVPN. To me, this particular VPN stands out in two areas, performance and privacy. With any VPN, you should expect a reduction in your original internet speed, since a VPN server is an extra stop for your data to travel through. What usually makes the connection slower or faster is the tunneling protocol and encryption the VPN is using, with the current standard being WireGuard. Yet, you won't find it in NordVPN settings. They took the WireGuard protocol and made a few adjustments, along with giving it a new name. But due to those adjustments, NordVPN consistently shows me the best speeds in testing. On average, I see only around a 10% reduction. Of course, connecting to more distant servers has a bigger effect. That's what happened with Japanese server speeds. When I was testing out streaming over there, the titles did take a few seconds longer to show up, but I didn't notice any buffering. Overall though, NordVPN handles streaming very well and opens up all the main libraries. Another thing that has an impact on speeds is server pool. In this case, NordVPN can be both a hit and a miss. It has tons of servers, but it only covers 60 countries. If you take a look at the map, there are plenty of these little server lights in the US. Europe and the Asia Pacific region have a lot of them as well, but the Middle East and the whole of Africa barely have a few. If you're from these regions, you might see slower speeds simply because of the longer distance to the closest server. Speaking of servers though, they're all RAM-based, which essentially means they're incapable of retaining data. That, paired with a solid no-logs policy, makes a very strong privacy case. Yet, what ties it all together is the fact that NordVPN has gone through multiple audits. In simple terms, their claims have been verified by independent experts. Now, high privacy and security standards are kind of a running theme in the NordVPN app itself. Don't get spooked though, it's not a technical maze. The basics are the same as everywhere else. There's a quick connect button to connect to the closest, fastest server. Alternatively, you can use a locations list, as well as an interactive map, which is what I usually use. Once you get familiar with the basics, there's a whole bunch of privacy and security-focused tools, from specialized servers that cater to anonymity seekers and torrenting enthusiasts, to must-have features like threat protection. This one used to be a simple ad blocker, but they revamped it to additionally function as an anti-malware tool. For now, it can do a full scan of my PC as an antivirus would, but it can check for files as I download them, making sure no malware gets onto my device in the first place. Threat protection isn't just for Windows, by the way. It works great on my Mac as well, which honestly makes NordVPN one of the best VPN for Mac options. Now, if we go into settings, there's this thing called Kill Switch. It's made to shut down your device's internet connection and prevent IP leaks in case the VPN connection stumbles. By the way, the NordVPN Windows app has two types of the kill switch. Pair that with the fact that it has two types of split tunneling as well, and NordVPN becomes one of the best VPN for PC options. Considering NordVPN packs a lot of stuff, it's no surprise it's not the cheapest option. But you can make it cheaper with exclusive discount deals. I've got a few for you and left them in the description and the comments below. Check them out no matter which VPN from this list you want to try out. All in all, NordVPN is a safe starting place if you're new to VPNs, while also remaining a great choice for more experienced users. You don't just get a simple VPN, it also has ad blocking and malware catching capabilities, along with strong security tools. You kinda expect that from a company named Nord Security, but did you know that NordVPN is not the only VPN under their sleeve? Surfshark became part of the gang back in 2022. The merger raised some eyebrows back then, but they kept the two VPNs separate as promised, and all of those eyebrows went back down. Or maybe it was the fact that VPNs living under a joint roof isn't something new to this industry. Leaving all the mergers aside, one thing is clear. Surfshark is a best VPN provider that I can definitely recommend. To me, it solves two problems that I face with NordVPN. One, it covers more countries, meaning it's easier to find a server close by. And two, it doesn't limit simultaneous device connections. Granted, NordVPN limit is 6, which is okay for one household, But having no limit at all means you can share the VPN with more people. Sure, Surfshark is already very cheap, but this way you can split the price and save even more. If that's your goal, then also make sure to use the link in the description to apply a discount. Now, Surfshark's privacy and security infrastructure is pretty much the same as NordVPN, including RAM-based servers and an audited no-logs policy. The only point of concern is their jurisdiction of the Netherlands. It's part of the Intelligence Sharing Agreement, also known as the Nine Eyes Alliance. But since Surfshark doesn't have the means to keep user data, there's nothing to share in the first place. Plus, just like with any proper VPN, your data is encrypted. In this case, Surfshark relies on the WireGuard protocol, which is also what gives them great speed retention. The results I got during my testing were impressive, almost going toe-to-toe with NordVPN. The biggest download speed decrease I got was only 27%, while on average, it was about 12%. That also means Surfshark is just as good for streaming. No, actually better. Since it covers more countries, I get access to a lot more content overall, which is always a plus. The Surfshark VPN app itself is pretty easy to get used to. Although there's no map, you can use the classic server list. Personally, I just go straight for the search bar, or pick from the recommended servers that appear once you use the app a few times. On the side here, you'll notice more Surfshark tools, which comes from the Surfshark One subscription. It costs extra, but it offers a whole antivirus in there, breach alert feature, alternative ID, and private search engine. In terms of regular VPN plan features, Surfshark doesn't lack either. For example, there are specialized servers for a few different purposes. Yet, my favorite thing about Surfshark is its ad blocking feature called Clean Web. There's nothing this ad blocker can't deal with, especially if you use the Clean Web 2.0 version in the Surfshark's browser extension. The best part? It doesn't even require a VPN connection to work. Oh, also, Surfshark currently stands as my best VPN for Android recommendation. The mobile version is almost as powerful as the Windows app, and it has a unique GPS spoofing feature to trick apps that use GPS to pinpoint your location. Overall though, I can mostly recommend Surfshark for those who use their VPN for streaming, and those who want to spend less while still getting top-tier performance. But what if you don't want multiple devices on your plan, and you want to pay even less? Well then let's tone it down a little and review some smaller best VPN providers. First in line is Norton. While it's known to many as one of the most popular antivirus options, Norton VPN is something you can get separately from the AV. There are plans that cover 5 or even 10 devices, but the nice thing is you can also get Norton VPN for one device only. That results in much lower pricing compared to the other Best VPN 2024 picks. Yet, expect compromise on a few things. First, I found that this VPN is absolutely not fit for streaming content. Secondly, there aren't that many server locations to choose from, just around 30 countries in total. Another thing to note is that you won't see the same speeds as with the other Best VPN service candidates, since Norton uses an older tunneling protocol. My baseline is around 300 megabytes per second, so these results I got are still good for casual browsing. But if you have a significantly lower baseline, a 40% speed reduction might hit you harder. On the other hand, if your expectation for this top VPN is simply to protect your data as you browse, it will do the job. The interface is simple to use too. There's a sliding button to activate a connection and a list of servers to choose from. Because of that, Norton is a great introductory VPN to complete beginners. But if you want to get the most bang for your buck, a more worthwhile choice is getting a Norton antivirus plan with the VPN included. It's a whole security fortress, and it costs less than most top VPN providers ask for VPN services alone. Moving on, Total VPN is in a very similar position. Just like Norton VPN, it comes from an antivirus provider. And yes, again, the VPN is less powerful than their anti-malware solution. For now, there are just a little over 50 servers to choose from, and no WireGuard protocol. Because of that, I kinda expected to see lower performance results. But it even surpassed Norton VPN speeds. Of course, it still has a long way to go to catch up to the VPN giants. The app itself is really simple. The VPN doesn't have that many features, only a kill switch and split tunneling to exclude certain apps from the VPN connection. That said, the VPN is just one part of the app. You can only get it together with the antivirus. And if you grab the special deal from the description, you'll also get an ad blocker included. which, by the way, actually works. Yeah, so it's a whole cybersecurity trio with this one. VPN for private browsing, antivirus for malware protection, and an ad blocker for patience protection. I mean, for getting rid of ads. Same thing, right? But let me be clear, I would not recommend this option as the best VPN for iPhone or Android. I found the mobile apps to be a bit bare, so I'd only suggest this for casual Windows or Mac users. Alright, we discussed some smaller best VPN in 2024 picks. It's time to get back to the main players, like ExpressVPN. To me, this VPN is mostly a great fit for streaming. That's because Express has servers in 105 countries, so I can access tons of content. On top of that, throughout my time testing streaming, I saw an error only once, and all it took to fix was changing the server. Speeds are also important for streaming, and in this case, ExpressVPN did not disappoint. You see, it also has its own tunneling protocol called Lightway. Although it doesn't quite reach the speeds of light, the connection is fast and stable, even in faraway locations. On the privacy side, ExpressVPN checks off all the requirements. A solid audited no logs policy paired with a privacy-friendly jurisdiction and RAM-based servers. It even has a bug bounty program for those who catch any vulnerabilities, and for good reason. ExpressVPN faced some backlash after being acquired by Cape Technologies, so they did their best to prove their privacy and security standards stayed watertight. Now, the ExpressVPN app itself is a little on the basic side, with most things opening in separate windows. Not a lot of features here either, but I did find all the VPN basics, such as the kill switch, or the tracker blocker, which finally got a much needed upgrade. It can actually block ads now. Yet, what's a bit more surprising is that this VPN recently introduced a password manager as a free addition to their VPN subscribers. It's a bit wobbly since it's very new, trying to save logins that aren't really logins or recognizing search fields as password fields, but since it does the basic password manager functions well, I can overlook a few bugs. And honestly, this is a welcomed addition, since ExpressVPN is pricey. In most VPN comparisons, the high price is ExpressVPN's downfall, but I feel like with the new features and enhancements, the price is very much more justified. Overall, ExpressVPN has plenty of value as a VPN, especially if you're interested in streaming or getting a free password manager with your best VPN choice. I gave a lot of attention to streaming folks, but what about torrenting enthusiasts? Well, if you only torrent from time to time, all of the picks above will do the job. Most of them either support torrenting on all servers or have P2P specialized ones. That said, if you're looking for the ultimate best VPN to use for torrenting, try out Proton VPN. For starters, it has dedicated P2P servers that will hide your IP and keep your torrenting private. What's more, it also has a port forwarding feature, which is a rare thing these days. Most VPNs like Mulvad, for example, decided that port forwarding isn't secure and got rid of it, while Proton took the challenge and made their version of it safe. As regular port forwarding, it will speed up your torrenting, but it will also keep it safer, since Proton implemented their own firewall on the P2P servers, which blocks suspicious incoming connections. Torrenting aside, Proton VPN is a worthy Best VPN 2024 candidate. Their privacy and security infrastructure is solid, with a proper no-logs policy. What's more, Proton VPN apps are completely open source, meaning anyone can check it for vulnerabilities at any time and suggest patches. The only thing that I found a bit disappointing is their performance. Don't get me wrong, Proton is relatively fast, and that's no surprise since it uses the WireGuard protocol. Yet, Proton has a feature called a VPN accelerator, which promises to boost the speeds to the highest possible point. Yet, to me, all it does is bring it to just about the same level as the other top VPN picks. US and UK results were good, but you can see it struggled a bit with the Japanese servers, which is not what I'd expect from the mighty speed accelerator. Overall, as I said before, this VPN will cater to torrenting folks the best, but it's also a solid choice for privacy seekers, especially if you like to verify the safety of your VPN yourself. Just keep in mind that this VPN is on the pricier side. Last but not least, I wanted to review CyberGhost as one of the best VPN for 2024 options. It has a unique card up its sleeve. Over 10,000 servers. You can use them as regular, but a nice thing that CyberGhost did was separate their servers into a few categories. You can choose between ones for streaming, torrenting, and even gaming. The first two work great, But to be fair, the gaming ones were a little bit disappointing. I experienced inconsistent latency, which resulted in lagging. With regular servers though, I didn't encounter any problems, and the speed test results showed me some good results as well. As for additional features, this VPN isn't very packed. I only found a decent ad blocker. But all the VPN essentials are here. From a kill switch to a solid overall privacy infrastructure. I found an audited no logs policy and even quarterly transparency reports. What's more, just like 3 other VPNs on this list, CyberGhost runs on RAM-based servers. So yeah, it's a solid VPN overall, and it's not too pricey either. Definitely a worthy best VPN candidate. You know what else is worth it? Subscribing to the channel. I've got more cybersecurity software reviews, comparisons, and even the latest news about the digital world. So hit that red button. And since you stayed this long, let me give you a little Best VPN 2024 cheat sheet. If you want the overall best VPN option, the closest you can get right now is NordVPN. Surfshark will be a more affordable choice with unlimited devices, while Norton VPN and Total VPN offer great antivirus and VPN combos. For streaming, I recommend ExpressVPN, while torrenters will enjoy Proton VPN. And if you simply want as many servers as possible, CyberGhost has over 10,000 of them. Enjoy. I hope you found what you need in this Best VPN 2024 list. If you're looking for special VPN deals, click that box on the side. If not, thanks for watching, and have a good one.